Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. Just breaking out some of the numbers here for your house and kind of show you what that looks like. This is your place right here. You'll see that you're the 1,100 square foot plan approximately. And we've got this one oddity here and this one here, but we're not going to pay any attention to those. So what we have here is about 140 square foot. 100 we won't worry about this one too much. That one didn't have any photos, so can't really compare it. I'm assuming it was in poor condition. 136. You see they all kind of hover right around here except for this one at 140. And then this one, which is 146, it's our best comp. It's our most recent comp, even though it hasn't closed. Now, I don't know that they got 146, but when something is pending, it usually means they're within about 2% of that. That's just what's happening right now in the market. And this one is pending at 139. So I'm hoping we can push up to that 140, maybe even the 147, 148. This one will have closed by the time we get to market. So we'll have that data. That's why I include that. I update the analysis right before we go to market. I'm just going to take you through the photos of two of these real quickly, so you can kind of see our two highest comps, and one of them is very recent. Now, I would never put your house on the MLS with these photos, but carpet looks nice. You know, a little cluttered, but it's a cute little place. They've got their own style, dead animals on the wall, but it's very country. I don't think it plays well for that type of condo, but you know, what can I say? They got it. They got one of the highest prices in the community. And then this one right here, this one looks amazing. This is kind of what I go for when I get to paint the house out and do it. It's more generic than you guys' style, but it's still very classy. I'll take you through the big photos right here. So anyway, you see, looks great. These are faux granite. I hate them, but you know, it's like a plastic that goes on it. It probably is better than Formica, but I'd rather have the Formica and not have fake granite. And anyway, here nor there. So that's what we have going as far as past sales. That would also catch the appraisal side of the equation. Given that this one would close and this one would close and this one has closed. No, that one's already fallen off. I'm sorry. So that one will have closed, this one will have closed, and then we've got these right around the 136. So we don't use averages really for pricing. The appraiser is going to sort of use an average. He's going to take two from the community and one outside, but we're close enough that we can stretch the comps and get the appraisal. We do have to be a little leery of like an FHA loan or any high loan to value ratio loan. They're going to scrutinize that appraisal a little bit more. So then the next thing you do is we just look at it on a competitive standpoint. So from a competitive standpoint, this just says, okay, roughly we're coming out under $200,000. That's a good break in terms of what people qualify for. Probably the next one would be like 175, 180. And just kind of see what's out there that we're competing with. These Linux ones are nice. I happen to know these pretty well. I've actually got a client interested in buying a few of these right now, and she's the same lady I'm trying to sell yours to. Now this is a lot further south in the 180s, but then after that you start hitting, I'm like, I know this community. I had a friend who got stuck with a condo in this community. But basically, my point is there's nothing really competitive. These are all really old condos. You usually have very high HOA dues. I know this Country Drive, they're out of sight just because they're old, not because they're nice. So we don't have any real competition on the market. We should be able to sell. The only drawbacks I see, and it's my job to tell you what you maybe need to hear on the front end. And this is not my opinion. The two drawbacks I see are that you have a modern style. Now, that is why normally I wouldn't insist on staging or minimal staging, but we have to pull that off. Somebody's going to love that, and you can see by looking at the $500,000 homes they're building all over East Nashville that a lot of people do love that modern style. But that's why we need to stage it, kind of take what you've done and sell it to the new buyer. I think it can be as good or better than our highest comp if we can make it look, really put together. And I think Danielle, I'm just judging from, the painting you've done and your personal style, that I think you can pull that off if you can help me there. I do have a staging lady. I'm sure she has some modern pieces, but that is not her style at all. So anyway, and the other one is the walking to the condo. I'm not sure if I got the best parking. I know Iman and I parked on the same side, but the parking getting into there is just a little bit more difficult than some of the condos. So y'all live there, and you also bought the place, so you know how that might have influenced your decision. But with nothing else in the community available and nothing else even competitive, I think we're going to be okay. So then I take all of those numbers and I break them down and kind of put you in a ballpark of what I think your condo will sell for. Okay, so you've seen what I've taken you through. You don't have to do the math. I've got all that. So these are the things we use that are objective. In a condo, it's pretty easy. I don't need to convince you of these things. But sometimes with folks, we have a lot more subjective things like busy roads, pools, etc. If there were some subjective things that could hurt or help, it would probably just be the parking and the style. I'm not too worried about the style hurting the price. It's just finding the right buyer. Sometimes we maybe need more people to go through the place. And again, I think modern is very much my style. More so mid-century modern is not my wife's style, and it's not a lot of other people's either. So I say not a lot. It's just not as common. So anyway, looking at the closed comps, you're looking at 136 to 140 a foot. This is just reality that you have to be grounded in. If we put your house on the market tomorrow, then we would sell it between here and there, 160 and 165, and you just need to know that. Now going forward, I'm assuming we're going to have another great comp closing at around 146, but just to make use of the appreciation on the market and the high demand right now in South Nashville, in your specific location, I would actually go to market at 169.9. Now that being said, I'm just trying to, again, ground you in what the numbers say. I'm hoping that within a week or two we'll be able to push that up to 179. So anyway, I've already got a call into that other agent who has the listing of the no photos that is listed at 146. I'm going to see if she can give me some guidance, or better yet, even let me preview it. A lot of people don't want you to preview it once they already have a contract, so I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get in. But anyway, I hope that helps you guys, and I put together a little plan, and I can handle almost all of those things. The only one I'm concerned about is getting the ceiling fixed in that front room, just because I just had this exact same thing that I was trying to resolve, and we just couldn't get anybody out there in time for the closing that I had coming up. So we were able to pass that repair over to the seller by paying for it in advance. I mean, the new buyer. So hope that helps. Sorry if I was a little fast. This was just really straightforward and simple, and I didn't feel like it needed a real detailed explanation that would bore you guys to death. So hope that helps. I'm looking forward to getting started. Thanks.